their total composure and their total attention today in this crucial conference matchup. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. And the Sooners headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll start on the ground with Durham. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds. Let's talk for a minute about LSU. It's not the end of the world. This is not one of those be-all, end-all games that we used to have in a different era. But certainly for the winner, clear shot at the conference title and perhaps a spot in the college football playoff and a bye.
I love it. It's a great show-me week. A lot of adrenaline, a lot of emotion. Like both these squads, really, really good football.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here.
Grabs it up to 25 in stride.
Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. From the red zone, it's Durham. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
You gotta love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimum gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. On the move, it's Berry. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Takes the easy throw in the flat. Touchdown, LSU! A great catch and run for 6. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And he had the extra point to finish the drive. On the move from inside his 5. He stopped right there after a short return, was looking for running room, and the coverage unit wasn't having it. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. The Sooners racing to the line in the hurry-up. Keep it on the ground. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Here comes the heat. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. After that sack, they're in a different zip code now. Second and long working here.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
Throws to the wideout. Left side, it's Thomas. It's a running room. He is feeling it. A huge play. Almost took him to the house, but they got him at the 24. That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. Handoff to Xavier. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Still looking to his right. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd down, here's Robinson. He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down. This crowd busting the decimal meter and trying to will a 4th down stop. Buying time to his right. And that's a long ball behind the line. And this fumble will squirt out of bounds. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. We'll see what they can do on this drive as it starts at the 8. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. This offense is so deep in the hole, it looks like the end zone's at the end of the earth. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. Finds a little bit of room, picks up 4 out to the 13. LSU right back to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
They give it to him again. Sees a crease. Breaks into the open. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16. You've got a 3rd and manageable, back up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. Push is ahead. He's past the 30. At the 40, there he goes. There he goes to the right. Running inside the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, LSU Bengals.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's shown it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This should be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground with Xavier Robinson. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the 1st down out to the 30. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. First play of the period, 1st down here. throwing. Lewis. And he gets rid of it. Guys, I know 1 versus 2 largely speaks for itself, but think of everything that's at stake. Playoff positioning, impressing the committee, potential buys in the college football playoff, all at stake today.
The intensity in this game will just simply feel different than anything else we've seen throughout the course of the year because of what is riding on this game, David.
No doubt, the stakes. You don't get 1 versus 2 late this season very often. So a chance to make a statement, a chance to prove you belong, a chance to really punch your ticket. Whoever wins, they're in the college football playoff.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Takes the handoff. It's Berry. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, you see the defense make a big play there in the RPO, and they're doing it because they're starting to load the box. If you're the play caller offensively, you might want to think about having your quarterback keep the ball and then try to throw it downfield.
Motion from the back. The play fake. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Hits him inside the 20, still going. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. Tough run here, it's Berry. Drop immediately, he got nothing on first down.
Great job of contained by this defense, and in order to do that, the end man in the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They'll ride him again. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
You know, good running backs are the ones that can make things happen in small spaces. That running back here found his lane, found his crease, and there was no hesitation. He got north right away and was able to make a big-time play.
Looks as if he's going to run it. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Looking for the edge. And the ball is free on the pitch. Defense picks it up. Touchdown, Oklahoma! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And that's the kind of play that can win you the game. You're on defense. It looks like the opponent's just going to run it in for an easy touchdown, but you create the takeaway, you scoop and score. It's a game-changing play. It's a momentum-changing play. And you can see on the sideline right now, they are completely galvanized by that defensive score.
And they tacked on the extra point. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Using his legs. It's Valentine. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Seems as if these two have been on a collision course for a top 5 meeting like this. And big picture, guys, it
championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications too, David. So lots riding on this one, and may the best team win.
And this will be huge down the stretch. It gives you a shot in the arm. You prove your worth in this football game, and you start to build your case as you get to the end of the season of why you could possibly get to the best team in the country.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Here's a give to Durham. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And you want to run the football. And that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about it.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. Timeout, Oklahoma. That's their second. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. They want a little extra time to think over this 3rd and long as we've got a timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. 3rd and long coming up. He's changing the play. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Snapped on 4th down. Moving out to the right. Fires to the wideout. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point of going for it now early in the game in that situation.
And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming. Here's Lewis. Extending the play. And the quarterback will take a sack back in the 36. Now the Tigers will take their final timeout of the half. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Now wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. They didn't quite get organized in time. They'll call a timeout with just 3 seconds remaining on the play clock. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. The Sooners will try to pick it up on 4th down. the wideout. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down. LSU quick to the line. Drops back on first down. He wants to go deep. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. And he will step out of bounds, but what a way to get the ball back for his offense.
Not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You play defense for a reason. A lot of the wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Here's a give to Robinson. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and we'll see if they're content to run out the clock here in the first half. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Man, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. First up, a look at Michigan taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes. And it's the Wolverines with the first half lead on this juggernaut, and they're trying to make history today. Going to take a lot of discipline in this second half, but they're almost halfway home. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big Ten.
Lewis throws to the wideout. Dangerous throw on that one. In some ways, guys, it feels as if the first part of the season has built to this. A real chance to prove yourself in a battle between number 1 and number 2.
I think this is a game, guys, that's really going to define the path to the national championship. It's rare that you get this 1 versus 2 matchup at this time of the year. So you know here, David, the energy is just going to be off the charts.
Yeah, because we already know midway through the season now what these teams are. And they're great teams that are trying to get into the playoffs. So whoever gets this dub now, you got a win against a top team for your resume.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Lewis wants to pass. Almost a D-lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down.
There are a lot of quarterbacks today that take their fundamentals, they throw them out the window, just trusting their arm talent too much. And this guy obviously has tons of that arm talent, but because he threw that ball off his back foot, that led to the incompletion.
Lewis from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
This offense is done being patient. They're down on the scoreboard here now. Early in their first possession in the 3rd quarter, they're being aggressive. They're taking shots. They're trusting their...
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Lewis to throw for it on 4th. He's not afraid to go deep. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Drag to the ground, but not before. He's converted to 4th down to keep the drive going. And the Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Hand off Robinson, running left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Handoff to Xavier. Turning it on. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Right back to the well. Defense all over him.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
Well, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Now the LSU Tigers will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. Off the RPO. Quick throw to the right. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown Sooners. Extra point here will tie the game.
And listen, my job is to get it to my playmakers like this guy on the outside. They'll do the rest. They'll get in the end zone. Nice catch. But to finish it with a touchdown.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He's able to sneak his way across the 20 and steps out at the 21. So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. Now they'll try to answer that score with one of their own and regain the lead here in the 3rd. They'll start on the ground with Durham. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28. LSU right back to the line.
I like this idea by the offense going very up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Out wide right, it's Durham. He makes the tackle at the 33 after a pickup of 5. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33.
And the offense showing off this short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. On the option. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Turns into the pile. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3.
And we talked about this guy coming in the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Changing the routes with his receiver. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Handoff, Caden Durham. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31. They're trying to eat up some clock here. 9th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Keeping his eyes downfield. And he'll just get rid of that one. At the end of that play, there is a Sooner who is slow to get up. Trainers are out there having a look at this freshman defensive tackle to see if he is going to be able to continue. They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Rush is on. On the move, he fires. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
We've reached the end of the third quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth, all tied up. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Xavier again. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. The Sooners want to move quickly.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Here's a give to Robinson. There he goes. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is his physicality. He's got great size, and because of that, he can wear defenses down. Those 2-, 3-, and 4-yard gains in the first and second quarter, they become big gains late. Guys don't want to tackle him, and you're seeing that now.
Both of these teams off to perfect starts in conference play, and one trying to stay atop the heap. Escapes the pressure to his right. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively, kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on first down as an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
Both these teams unbeaten in conference play, and the shape of the race will unfold here in the final moments. Out wide left is Carrion. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Both of these teams off to perfect starts in conference play, and one trying to stay atop the heap. Handoff to Xavier. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
And just a great job on the defense being stout. Right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
To throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. On to attempt the try. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And he's going to bring this one out. I guess it could have been worse on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 15. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That number 1 beside your name is a heavy burden, and when you're behind late, the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Fresh set of downs going up top. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Caught. He's down right there. Short gain on the grab. And the Tigers are in the hurry-up.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You got to catch that and make that a pick.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to take a shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip of the interception.
And he got 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 coming.
You know, every running back thinks about the 100-yard barrier every time they take the field. And this guy, you know he's got it in his mind. He might be the only one in the stadium right now that knows he's got 97 yards rushing here in the 4th quarter. You know he is begging his coach just for one more carry to get that mark.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. Before they snap the ball on 2nd down, timeout is called. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. Throwing, Lewis. Caught. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
For you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get 1st downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Linebackers trying to create some confusion. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. After the setback, the offense gets set for a 1st and 15. Here's a give to Robinson. Just smothered on the play. Timeout called by LSU. That's their 2nd. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. 2nd and long here, but objective number 1, keep that clock moving. Left side is carry on. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. They'll take the penalty and move them back. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee.